These are not one of my favorite releases of the year, but they should be. Yo, what's good guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today we got something that I'm super excited about. It's the return of one of my favorite shoes of all time, the Nike Air Penny 2s. Now this isn't just any Air Penny 2. Obviously this is a collab. This is the social status Nike Air Penny 2. It is one of two colorways. I don't know when they officially released because I thought that they did for some reason, but apparently they didn't. I grabbed these on GOAT for retail, which is crazy. Cannot afford the pair that I really want though, which is the black ones. I really want the black ones because this is my favorite shoe and it's my favorite colorway and I can't wear them no more. Those are the closest thing that I can get to these until they finally decide to re-release these. When that will be, I don't know. Now, before we get into the shoe, I do want to just give a quick shout out to the packaging. I normally don't like spending too much time on the packaging because it's just a box. However, the box is part of the experience whenever the box is special and really elevates the overall package. Punny? Yes, indeedy. Then you kind of have to give a shout out to it. So this box right here is just killer, man. Like this thing is really, really cool. To me, this looks like 90s. This looks like you kind of like went into an ad and pulled this out. Back from when the shoe originally released. I mean, it's got obviously the Air Penny 2 up there. It's a collaboration with Social Status and Nike. I love the Nike style, just the big bold with the shadow lettering and everything. It looks great. It says featuring Little Penny on there, which he's nowhere to be found in here, but it would have been kick ass if he was. However, on the side of the box, we do have Little Penny's picture right there, which I think is great. He was a big part of this marketing campaign. I had the Atlantic blue colorway of the original poster with him and Big Penny or Regular Penny, Anthony Hardaway, and they were both pointing down at the shoe. It was my favorite poster, and I had tons of MJ posters, but for some reason Penny was just like the dude and his shoes were amazing. But anyways, I love this. It looks like an old G.I. Joe package. I mean, it looks like their file card, man. And I also just really like that you could see right through the box. Again, kind of action figure inspired, and I just really like it. Now, the only reason why this is not one of my favorite shoes of the year is because of the fact that it is a collaboration. So you know what that means. They're not easy to get. Boo, you whore. The product itself though is beautiful. I mean, look at this thing, man. It's not corn, but it's close. The outsole is just gorgeous, man. I love this shoe. This shoe to me, kind of like the Shaqs that we just did. We just did the review on the Shaq Attacks. That to me just is like a 90s shoe through and through. This right here, same thing, man. I just think that these are gorgeous, man. Does this not say 1996? Yep. But anyways, like I was saying, the outsole is gorgeous. You've got this up-tempo inspired traction pattern, which is great. You saw this on a ton of Nike models back in the day, back in the 90s, not like way back in the day. It doesn't feel like a far away time for me, but like apparently when you do the numbers, it is. But yeah, I just absolutely love this. I love the Zoom Air call out in the middle. I love the air window right there in the center. I love that you can see the carbon fiber right through, which is the one part of the shoe that I'm not super happy with. It's this little carbon fiber piece right there. It doesn't meet up to where it's supposed to. There's this weird space on both shoes. Like one's a little bit better than the other, but like this one, there's a huge gap right there. Very weird because that's an actual visual indicator of where to place the thing. So whoever put these together didn't listen to the instructions. And since I have this pair all messed up and everything, this is what the carbon fiber looks like underneath the outsole. It's a really interesting way to do carbon fiber typically when you have an arch like this. So when this is flat, there's a little tiny bump right there. And so you want to brace that so that your arch doesn't go flat and everything and you get overextended or overstressed. So normally there's a full bridge like what we would see in the foam posits. It's not like that on here. Instead, it's two different plates. Again, I think it's really interesting. It's a fascinating way to do things. It works as well. We did a whole Penny project way back in the day. I performance tested and reviewed every single Penny shoe, and most of them are awesome. But yeah, and then you can see the tech specs right here as well. We've got a large volume Air Max unit. This thing is incredible. If you're wondering what all this weird discoloration is, the main midsole is Phylon, but then that little area right there is actually polyurethane, and it's on both sides. So if you were to open that guy up, there's like polyurethane in the top and everything, which is really interesting. There's also a crash pad right there, which is really, really cool. And then in the forefoot, there's a Zoom Air unit, and it looks just like that. Man, wish I could capture that smell in a bottle. Oh wait, I did. For those of you guys that don't know, Sense Apparel, my company, my brand, it's awesome. We do all kinds of nostalgic things, which is what this whole thing just, I love it because it really plays into what I love. But we did a whole collab with Soul Science or Antidote Fresh, where we tried to capture the dead stock smell in a bottle. Now, it's not exactly the way that these smell, it's not exactly the way that a Jordan 1 smells, but I smelled so many samples of leathers and glue scents that I finally, after 6 years of doing it, picked one for each and we put it in here. When you do smell this though, the strongest smell that you will smell at first is actually the sanitizer and deodorizer, because this is for your shoes, so it's to keep them less funky. And so once you spray that stuff, as soon as those smells start to dissipate, then the leftover smells, which is the leather and the glue, will be left. It comes with a handy dandy instruction manual, as well as a really fresh sticker that again pays tribute to the whole fresh scents theme.
Shut up and take my money.
Now, in addition to all the cool stuff that the packaging is all about and everything like that, the shoe itself, because it's a collab, comes with all kinds of extra goodies. So we've got all of these extra laces right here, which I think that that's just unnecessary. Like, I would never change laces out of my pennies. I don't know why, just whatever they come with, that's just how I always would do it. But my favorite thing that comes with is this little keychain, man. Not only is it a keychain of the Air Penny 2, but it's in copper, which, I mean, if you know, you know. Now, the insole itself is a piece of but it's got a really cool top liner on it. So this guy right there feels a little silky. It's got the social status logo as well as the Nike swoosh. I wish there was a Penny logo in there. The insole though is just, it's not even Ortholite. It's not even a black polyurethane. It is just basic foam. I will say though, the shoe itself, still hella comfortable. These are fantastic. If you have not worn a pair of Penny 2s,
Do it.
and before I forget, the 3M is on there. They did not forget. So you got the little ankle pod right there and all of the piping just as it should be. The materials are probably the best that I've ever seen on a Penny shoe or a Penny 2. That's another plus to them being a collab and everything, is that they get a little bit of an extra budget. So obviously we got the extra keychain, all the extra laces, insole but better top liner. Even the interior lining is nice. So there's pluses and minuses to everything. The way that all the design teams work is that they get a set numbered budget, and then you get to go and pick and choose what all that money gets spent on. So usually when you see something like a cheap insole or cheap laces or just one set of laces, because that's all the budget allowed, so that they can then use the rest of the budget for other things such as the materials, the 3M piping, and all that kind of good stuff. So again, the materials on these guys is full nubuck everything, and it's actual nubuck. It's not synthetic nubuck like these bad boys right here. This is all synthetic and everything. This is the real deal. This is genuine. The cuts are really thick as well. You can see the back panels, just really nice pieces of material. I really do like it. And then one of my favorite things right there on the tongue, not only is it a jewel logo, which I absolutely love, but Penny's logo is the best logo ever. And if you think I'm wrong, let me know which logo is the best. It could be anything. I mean, there's a good ones. Even Shaq's logo is great. Now, as far as sizing is concerned, they do fit true to size. Whatever you typically wear, that's exactly what I would go with. They are not like the Air Penny ones where they're like really loose and floppy. So you go down half a size to try and accommodate that. Go true to size with these guys. You'll be happy that you did.
I guarantee it.
And with all that being said, sound off below and let us know what you think about the social status Nike Air Penny 2s. Do you like these more than the Air Penny 1 social status? Because they just released those with all the interchangeable swooshes and all that stuff. I personally do. I think that this is just a much better shoe. I think that the ones were cool, but these just look like the Pennies. You know what I mean? Like even the colors, even though they're not Orlando blue, this is close enough. Again, if you were interested in the dead stock sneaker smell, you can grab a pair, or grab a bottle, sorry, right now. Link will be in the description box. And by the way, if you're a WearTesters Discord community member, I've got a giveaway coming. We got plenty. Thank you guys once again for everything, and until next time, have a good one.